We'll just find ourselves in the center of our mat in Tadasana. So we'll just begin with a quick warm up, rolling the shoulders back and down, maybe 5 times backwards, and then 5 times forwards. When you've done 5 times in both directions, just come back to center. Inhale to lift one arm up, reaching up tall, feel that extension in the side body. Exhale, reach all the way over to the left. Inhale, reach all the way back up to the center, switching over the arms. Exhale, reach over to the other side. Inhale, back to center. So we're just going to do 3 rotations each side, moving with your own breath, in your own time. Last one each way. And then take the arms out wide, and we're going to twist to wrap the arms around the body as we twist to look behind us from side to side. So just let the hands fall wherever they need to fall. Maybe the top of the shoulders, lower back. One more each way. And then come all the way back to center. Soften the knees. Inhale as you lift the hands up above the head, hinge at the hips, and come all the way down into your Uttanasana forward fold. From here, think about drawing the chest over the thighs, crown of the head towards the floor, opposite hand to opposite elbow, and just take a moment or two in ragdoll, opening up the back, the lower back, the hamstrings, the hips and the glutes. Take a few deep breaths. And then whenever you're ready, just take the hands slowly to the front, the 2 corners of the mat, walk the feet all the way to the back 2 corners, and just take a moment to pedal out the feet, opening up the calves, the hips, the hamstrings in your down facing dog position. And then in the next breath, we're going to take the right foot outside of the right hand, coming into an alternating lizard lunge. So you're going to reach the heart forwards. Inhale to lift and twist with the right hand up towards the floor. Tap the elbow toward the floor. Replace the hand, step back to your down facing dog, and then switch sides. So left foot comes outside of left hand. Inhale to lift and twist. Exhale, elbow to the floor. Replace the hand, step back to down facing dog. So 2 more, just in your own time, with your own breath. If your elbow doesn't reach the floor, don't worry. Just take it as far as you can, opening up that hip, getting into that groin, but also activating some strength in the legs too. Last one. And then take the feet back to your regular down facing dog. Walk the hands all the way to the back of the mat, find your Uttanasana forward fold. Heel toe your feet out to the edges of the mat, find your squat stance. Inhale to lift all the way up, extend to Tadasana, palms together at the top, and as you exhale, come down into your garland pose. From here, we're just going to take 3 more squats. So we're going to inhale to lift all the way up, exhale to come all the way down, 1 more, inhale to lift all the way up, exhale to come all the way down. From here, left hand goes to the floor, inhale to lift and twist to the right, exhale, release, right hand to the floor, inhale to lift and twist to the left. Both hands come down to the floor as you exhale, hips go up, feet come underneath the hips again, and then you're going to walk the hands all the way to the front of the mat. Find your plank position, option to drop the knees if you need to. Exhale, low plank or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, press up to cobra, and then exhale, push back to down facing dog. We're going to repeat that 1 more time. So walk the hands all the way to the back of the mat, find your Uttanasana forward fold. Heel toe your feet out to the edges of the mat. Find your squat stance. Inhale to lift all the way up. Palms together at the top. Exhale, come down into your garland pose. 2 more. So inhale to lift. Exhale to squat. Inhale to lift. Exhale to squat. From here, left hand comes to the floor. Inhale to lift and twist to the right. Exhale, reach. Right hand comes to the floor. Inhale to lift and reach to the left. Exhale, release. Hips go up as you exhale, heel toe the feet back underneath the hips, and then walk the hands to the front of the mat, and we'll take 1 more vinyasa. So find that plank position, option to drop the knees. Exhale, low plank or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, press up to cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, press back to down facing dog. From here, walk the feet all the way back in toward the hands, coming to the front of your mat. And then just take a moment or two in that ragdoll uttanasana position. Easing into that lower back, and then whenever you're ready, inhale as you come all the way up, extended Tadasana, exhale, release the arms. Shake it all out and you should be feeling pretty warm. I'm just going to turn the music up just slightly for you. So I've realised it is quite quiet in the background there. And then we'll begin. So this time we're going to do 3 rounds. One's upper body, lower body and cardio. Each you're going to have 4 movements. You're going to have your 45 seconds of work, 25 seconds of rest with a minute's rest in between. So I'm going to set up my little countdown clock here. You should hear it count you in. And I'll demonstrate the first movement of the first round. So the first movement is a scap press. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips, or option to take this up into a plank position. Just make sure you have a nice solid base in that plank if you want to make it harder for yourself. From here, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, you're just keeping the elbows straight, dipping the chest through, squeezing the shoulder blades together, and then pulling the shoulder blades apart as you pull the chest away from the floor. So it's just a lift and a lower, a very small movement, really focusing on squeezing that area of your back in between the shoulder blades. So we're activating our scapular muscles and our rhomboids, supporting shoulder health. So, in 10 seconds, set yourself up. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you're just dipping the chest through, squeezing those shoulder blades together, and then pushing the ground away, pulling the shoulder blades apart. So really focus on emphasizing each end of the position. Think about your lower back, keep it nice and still. It's a very small movement, but you'll probably find you will start to burn in between the shoulders pretty quick. You're just coming up to halfway, so see if you can match the same number of reps. If you need to take a rest and burn, shake out the arms you can, or shoulders.
10
You're
seconds.
nearly there, 10 seconds all the way to the end. Great job, guys. And in 3, 2, 1. The next movement is a down facing dog to high plank hold. So you're going to come from your down facing dog position, and then you're going to think about planching forwards, shooting those shoulders over the fingertips, holding, bracing your core for 3, 2, 1, and then pushing back to down facing dog. If you need to, you can always put your knees down in that plank position before pushing back. So set yourself up, find your down facing dog, inhale as you roll forwards, planche over those fingertips, press the ground away, 3, 2, 1, push back. So this is a strength building movement to help you become strong and stable in your core and your planks and your arms. You're over halfway.
Halfway there.
Keep moving all the way through. So see, if you're finding it too easy, you could try planching for a little longer rather than making it faster so that you get the most from this movement. The planche is obviously the hard bit, the down facing dog is the rest and recovery in between. Nice work. And relax. The next one is a prone cactus arms. So we're going to come onto our stomachs. Arms are going to go up above you in a nice kind of reaching out position. Forehead to the floor or forehead lifted, it doesn't really matter. Lift the hands up, and then you're going to squeeze the shoulder blades back and down as you cactus the arms out to the side. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and then go all the way back up to the top and repeat. So you're going to try and keep that chest lifted off the floor and keep those arms lifted off the floor. So about 2-3 inches away from the floor. You could keep your forehead on the floor, I suppose. It doesn't really matter. Just focus on keeping those arms nice and lifted, squeezing that bit in the center of your back again. So this is helping build shoulder strength, back strength, stability, helping avoid any injuries in future and anything else that you do. You're over halfway. You have just coming up to 10 seconds left on the clock.
10 seconds.
See if you can get 1 or 2 more of these in. Really squeeze that center bit of your back. Pull those shoulders back and down.
Rest.
Last movement is take plank position. So option to do this, knees off the floor or knees on the floor. We're coming into a shoulder tap. So you're just going to keep your hips nice and stable, no twisting, as you tap, alternating opposite shoulder with opposite hand. So you're just going to try and do as many of these as possible. So set yourself up in that plank position, and when you're ready, tap opposite hand to opposite shoulder. Try not to twist. I don't want to see any of this. Imagine you've got a glass of water on your back and you're trying not to spill it. If you're in the studio, I might put a block on your back or something to see whether you can keep it there, just to be really mean. That's really good. Nice work. Keep going. Those hips are lovely and still, both of you. You're over halfway. See if you can match the same number of reps now as you've just done in the start.
10 seconds.
See if you can get 5 more shoulder taps each side. That's 1 a second. You can do it. Come on, all the way to the end, and then you've got a minute's worth of rest. Brilliant. Well done, girls. So grab some water. That's the upper body section. We're going to do the lower body section next. So the first section, the first movement of the next round is a simple frog squat. So you're going to take your feet out just slightly wider than normal, so into your squat stance. You're going to come down into the bottom of your garland pose. From here, the hands are going to go on the outsides of the feet and across the tops, finding yourself in the bottom of that garland pose. From here, you're then going to inhale as you lift up, coming into that forward fold, exhale as you lift up, inhale to come back down into that frog squat. So you're just literally straightening the legs and bending the legs, lifting the hips up, coming back down. Think about really pulling the chest through at the bottom and really folding deep at the top there. So set yourself up, and when you're ready, come all the way down into that frog squat position, and then just simply lift up and down. The faster you do this, the harder it will be. The more you're going to get from this, the more burn you're going to get. You'd be surprised though how quickly your legs will burn just from a few reps of this movement. Really good. Nice work. So when you're in the bottom of that squat, really think about pulling those shoulders back and down, trying to find that nice upright torso still. Pull the chest through. Nice work. Really good.
10 seconds.
All the way to the end. You've got less than 10 seconds now, and in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. The next one is a single leg chair pulse. So inhale as you lift the hands up above the head, sit back into the heels, lifting one heel off the floor. We're just simply going to pulse 5 times through one leg, and then switch sides and do 5 times through the other leg. So set yourself up. The lower you go, the harder this is going to be. Really focus on sitting back and down into your heels. Keep those feet nice and flat. So you're just alternating 5 pulses on one side, and then 5 pulses on the other side. So this is building single leg strength. You're doing really, really well. I thought the music had stopped then, but I don't think it has. Turn it up just slightly for you. You're over halfway. You're doing so, so well. Keep going. This is a real leg burner. You've got this. And in 10, you've got just over 10 seconds left on the clock.
10 seconds.
We're halfway through this round. Your legs are probably feeling it already. You're doing really well. Nice work.
Rest.
From here, we're going to come either to the front or the middle of the mat, wherever you feel comfortable, and we're just going to do alternating lunges. So I take mine backwards, you can go forwards. You're just going to step back, tap the knee to the floor, and just alternate from side to side. If you want to make this harder, you could add a tempo, counting for 3 as you lower, and then shooting back up. So set yourself up, coming in to the front of the mat, and then stepping back, alternating from side to side. If you want to make this different halfway through, you could do reverse lunges for the first half, and I'll count you in when it comes to the second half, and then switch it up to stepping forwards for the second half. So we're coming up to halfway. Come to the middle of your mat if you want to do that. Step forwards and take the lunge forwards rather than backwards. So it just activates different parts of the legs by switching
10
direction.
seconds.
You've got less than 10 seconds left on the clock. And in 3, 2, 1. The next movement is a heel lift in goddess squat. So setting yourself up in a really wide stance, sitting back into your goddess pose, and you're simply going to lift one heel off and then the other heel. So you're just alternating from side to side, lifting those heels up. This is going to burn real quick. So set yourself up, take that wide stance, sit back and down, find that 90-90 angle with the knees, lifting, alternating heels off the floor, just holding for a count or two, switching from side to side. You might find when you get to the midway point, you're going to want to stand up, shake those legs out. So in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you can shake those legs out if you need to, or power through. Nice work. And sit back and down, lifting all your heels off the floor, well, alternating heels off the floor. Arms can stay up, arms can come on your hips, wherever you need to be. Nice work. Go all the way to the end, and in 3, 2, 1. Amazing effort, Jen. You can relax, shake those legs out. You have a minute's worth of rest. And then we are going to go into our cardio round. Well done, girls. So take on some water. And then we will begin with the first demonstration. So the first movement is a simple up-down. So you're going to stand, set yourself up in the center of your mat. When you're ready, you're going to take your hands to the floor, jump back, jump up. Pull the hips through, jump back, jump up. So you're coming down to plank, up to standing. Option to step in and step down if you'd rather not take the impact. So we're going to try and do as many of these as possible. I'll be out. In your 45 seconds. So set yourself up, center or front of the mat, wherever you prefer. And in 3, 2, 1, you're just simply jumping back to plank, jumping up to standing. The faster you go, the harder this will be. So you could really make this a cardio burner by just simply bouncing at the back of that plank and boosting your speed. Nice work. Really good. In that plank, think about squeezing those hips, squeezing those glutes, inner thighs, having that nice solid position, bracing that core. Nice work. This gets pretty spicy pretty quick. You have less than 10 seconds,
10 seconds
on the clock, and 3 more movements left before I'll cool you down. Nice work, girls. All the way to the end. And relax. The next movement is a goddess to chair. So you're going to set yourself up in that goddess squat, and then you're going to jump as you inhale, catching chair, exhale to goddess. So you're jumping from one to the other, or stepping from one to the other. Just make sure you rotate your leading foot. So set yourself up. Obviously, again, the more you can do, the harder this will be, the harder you will work. The lower you catch both of those goddesses and chair poses, the harder it will be as well. So lots of ways to increase the intensity. If you need to dull it down a little bit, just catch a little higher.
Halfway there.
And you can step in, step out with just that quarter squat at the top of both. You're over halfway. Keep moving all the way to the end.
10 seconds.
You're doing really, really well. You just have 2 more movements to go, and it's quite warm already today. So well done. And relax. The next movement is a simple mountain climber. So you're coming down into that plank position, bringing that knee through to the front, stepping back, bringing the other knee through to the front. Obviously, the faster you do this, the harder it's going to be. And also, if you keep that knee higher, that's going to make it pretty hard as well. So set yourself up in that plank.
Let's go.
Find your position and then begin to pedal away. See how many mountain climbers you can do in 45 seconds. If you need to take a break halfway through, you can come back to that down facing dog, or even relax in child's pose, shake it out, reset, and restart. Nice work. Really good.
Halfway
Take it
there.
as steady or as fast as you need for today. Really good work. You're over halfway. You have just 10 seconds left
10 seconds.
on the clock. And one last movement left to complete. So keep moving all the way to the end. Nice work, rest. The next movement, we're going to start at the back of our mats. Inchworm our way all the way forwards, find our plank position, and then walk the hands all the way back, jump, and catch in chair. You're going to then reset and repeat, trying to get as many of these in as possible, raising the heart rate. So set yourself up. If you want to make this harder, see how far you can walk those hands before you walk them all the way back. And then jump, catch in chair, or you could even add a tuck jump and then catch in chair. If you want to make this easier, just take your hands to plank, walk the hands back, skip that jump, sit back into chair. So tailor it to what you need today. If the impact is too much with the jumping, remove that jump. Nice work. Really good job, girls. You're nearly there. All the way to the end. This is your last movement, so give it your all. Nice work. And relax. So you can now come to the back of your mat, catch your breath, have a glass of water, and whenever you're ready, we'll start with a little cool down before we finish. So, when you've recovered and caught your breath, walk the hands all the way forwards, coming back down into your extended child's pose. Forehead to the floor. And just take 3 deep breaths for me. Inhaling as you expand across that upper back. Exhaling and letting everything melt deeper into the ground. One more deep breath all the way in. And as you exhale, walk the hands all the way over to the left. Find that stretch in the right side body. And take 2 more deep breaths. When you've taken those 2 deep breaths, walk the hands all the way to the front of the mat. And then all the way as you exhale over to the right side. Find that stretch in the left side body. And take 2 more deep breaths. When you've taken those 2 deep breaths, walk the hands all the way back to the front of the mat. We're going to come up onto our hands and knees. Left foot goes outside of left hand. Reach the heart forwards, pull back into the hip. Feel that stretch. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then you're going to reach up and over. Left hand comes to right foot. Heel comes in towards the glute. Pulse it a few times. And then hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release, switch sides. So left leg goes back, right foot comes forwards, reach the heart forwards, pull back into the hip, feel that stretch down the side of the leg and into the glute. Take a nice deep breath in, exhale, and then reach up and back, right hand to left foot, heel to the glute, pulse it a few times, and then hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release that hand, step back to your down facing dog, walk the feet all the way in toward the hands, coming into your Uttanasana forward fold, drawing the chest over the thighs, crown of the head towards the floor, opposite hand to opposite elbow. And just take a moment or two in that ragdoll position. And then whenever you're ready, come all the way down into a seated position on your mat. Extend your legs out in front of you. Flex your feet back towards you. Pull your fleshy bits of your bum out from underneath your sit bones. And when you're ready, inhale as you lift and lengthen. Exhale as you forward fold. 3 deep breaths. Really reaching that heart forwards. Think about nipples to knees rather than head to knees. Try and take that stretch in the lower back, extending out of the pelvis. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then inhale as you come all the way up. Slide your bum towards your heels, come onto your back. Bring your knees in towards your chest and just hug them as you rock from side to side. And then we'll just finish with a few window wipers. So toes to the floor, heels are lifted. Arms go out wide, or you could even cactus the arms if you need more of a stretch across the chest, yogi's choice. From here, just drop the knees from side to side as you unravel the spine, stretching off your lower back, massaging your hips and your glutes, opening up your chest, your arms, your thoracic spine maybe as well a little bit. One more each side. And then just gently bring the knees all the way back in towards your chest. Hug them again with both arms. Rock from side to side. And then whenever you're ready, slowly roll over onto the right side of your body. Come all the way up to seated. Find yourself in the center of your mat. And we'll take one final deep inhale as we lift the hands up above the head, palms together at the top. As we exhale to the forehead, kind thoughts. To the lips, kind words. To the heart, kind feelings. Namaste.